Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight I wanted to jump on and talk to you about a recent video that Bits of Brie uploaded on her channel, Brianna K. So if you are interested in hearing my thoughts, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so the first funny thing that happened in this video was that she had this really, it was a cute intro, whatever, but she celebrates hitting 400,000 subscribers. And yesterday she made a, announcement about it. And I saw her YouTube channel said 400,000 subscribers. Today it says 399,000. And so to celebrate it that early and then to lose subscribers, I just thought it was funny. I don't know. I maybe wouldn't have made this big celebration out of it until I knew that it wasn't going to go backwards, because honestly, with a lot of her content that she's been uploading lately, I think people have had enough. And we're going to go through some comments on this video that sort of prove my point that people have had enough and they're over it. So either way, the title of this video was Big Life Update Part 2 Q&A. Why we're moving back to Ohio. So she not only has why we're moving back to Ohio in the title, in the thumbnail, it also says why we're moving back to Ohio. Big news, marriage struggles, weaning, more life updates Q&A. If I'm a subscriber or someone that just happens to come across this video, I'm gonna think they're moving back to Ohio because that's what it says. This video is 100% clickbait. What they're doing is they're moving back to Ohio until sometime in August when school in Hawaii starts, and they're moving back to Hawaii. And it's funny because in this video she wants to call home the mainland. Like, she's trying so hard, in my opinion, to be a native, and it's just kind of cringy to me. Just be a resident. You don't need to like put on the big native show for people. But either way, maybe I'm just being petty. So either way, this video has 29,000 views. It has 1.7 thousand likes to 323 dislikes. So I did think that the like to dislike was sort of interesting, but I wanted to read you some of these comments, and I did screenshot it because I figure that she might be at some point going through and cleaning some of these up. She has proven herself to be someone that cannot take an ounce of criticism, and she cannot take anyone questioning her. The big problem with the move to Hawaii and why so many people have opinions about it is because she is a family vlogger who has monetized her life and everything about her life. And while I completely agree that some things should be offline, they shouldn't be discussed, when you monetize your house and where you live and your day-to-day activities, like to a certain degree your day-to-day activities, and one day you just run up on your channel, you say you're moving to Hawaii, you don't answer any questions for months about it, you're not house hunting, you're not meeting with a realtor until you start getting called out, then all of a sudden you're meeting with a realtor to see an open house. Anyone can see an open house. Let's, not rehash that. But, and then she wants to come out and say that she was struggling with depression and seasonal depression and not having a very good time in Ohio. I sympathize with her so deeply on that. You guys know I have seasonal depression myself. However, the problem is that these mommy vloggers want to be relatable and build a community of moms that are just like them, trying to just raise their kids and, have a family and organize their house. But for 99% of her audience, I would guarantee you, uprooting your family, including, your husband, your 3 kids, uprooting them, moving them all the way across the country to stay in a $1 million home on the beach is not relatable. That is not attainable. And, if you want to open up this conversation with people about mental health struggles and all of this kind of stuff, fine. Then why wasn't that mentioned in the initial few videos about Hawaii? It was only mentioned when she got, called out and subscribers started getting really upset with her. And, it is on her time when she wants to share things like that, but it does make a lot of people think maybe this is being mentioned for a reason, and maybe it's not, being 100% transparent. I'm not saying that's what's going on, but I have heard that echoed within a lot of comment sections and people who have watched her for a very long time. The timing just seems very convenient. Now, she has decided to open up a Patreon, and she is pushing this Patreon so much. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But first, I want to read this chain of comments, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. This lady hit the nail on the head. So she said, curious if you have any encouraging words or advice about mental health other than move to Hawaii and buy a $1.4 million winter home. If you truly care about mental health awareness, you will educate yourself about moms who are struggling and can't possibly make extravagant changes. What are we supposed to do? That to me is a very valid question. It is not laced with profanities or insults or anything like that. Do you think that Brianna offered some encouragement or advice? No, she didn't. She went through and she liked shady comments that were in her corner and ignored this lady fully. The first comment response says, pay to watch her Patreon. And that's not a solution at all. I mean, obviously she was being snarky, but so ridiculous. Then the next person said, that seems like a lot of pressure to put on her, a YouTuber. So Bri liked this, and then the original commenter said, nowhere does my comment say there's something wrong with her choice to move. And then someone else said, moving was simply what worked for Bri. Yeah, it's because she has a mountain of cash flow that she can just tell her husband to put in his 2-week notice and uproot their family. But like this commenter said, she's not offering any resources for mental health issues. She's not offering any advice for someone who can't up and move even to a neighboring state. Moving your family is a lot of work. It's a lot of financial responsibility to try to find a home and make sure your kids are registered for school. And most people cannot just move their family and tell their husband to quit the job so they can be home with the kids. It's absolutely unattainable. This is why I always talk about these mommy vloggers, because they push out this unattainable lifestyle to millions of subscribers. And when they actually get questions like this, they run and hide. That original commenter replied again and said, asking someone to consider other perspectives is not a lot of pressure. It's about basic human empathy. And then they said to the other person, you are twisting my words. I didn't say she shouldn't have moved, but if she's wanting to get people to pay to be in her community safe place to talk about mental health, she really needs to learn more about empathy and what people are really going through who don't have disposable income to change everything about their lives. And then the last comment says, she's sharing her journey, not telling you it's the only way. Get real. And, this is absolutely ridiculous. It is so ridiculous because, and of course, Bri hearted that comment as well. She might not be saying it's the only way, but she's not offering any resources. And all of them want so badly to be relatable to their audience. They want to build a community. And, she calls her subscribers loves. To me, this is not, I always think that that's all fake nonsense anyway. But this is really disheartening to see someone literally coming to you with a legitimate question. And Bri wants to like shady comments. She can't even link for a mental health advocate website or mental health resources or 1-800 numbers to call and get help. Like, it all just seems ridiculous. And I think that's also why people are calling into question the timing of all of this. Does it all add up? I don't know. But if you're going to monetize your entire life off of trying to be relatable and building a community of other moms and people who just want to organize their house and, have chipper little family and take all the cute pictures, and this ideology of being perfect, even though perfect does not exist, then you want to turn around and do all of this crap that she's done over the past few months, and then one day announce that you're going to be opening a Patreon, charging people to join that Patreon so that they can hear about your mental health struggles and have a safe place to talk about theirs. To me, it does seem like she is doing some of this in order to make sure that people are talking about her, to get views up. She's subscribing to this clickbait, that a lot of YouTubers do. I hate clickbait. I really do. Once in a while, can it be kind of interesting? Yeah, but when you're talking about something that has confused your audience so deeply for months now, and you're still using it to generate views, at this point, people are just tired. It's not quirky or funny anymore. It's annoying, and you seem thirsty for attention. And if that's the narrative that she wants to run with, fine. But we're also going to all sit on our channels and talk about it. And that's just the way it goes. I do not appreciate people exploiting mental health, whether it's their own or someone else's. I do not like this. I personally, Patreon can make sense. I like the idea of Patreon for a few things. Me personally, I would not want to ever give Patreon content that would never be on my YouTube channel. I think early uploads can be really fun for people, and maybe even doing like a live stream once a month with your patrons, that can be really cool too. But to try to lock away this little community and almost try to herd people in where you're not even qualified to talk about the overall topic of mental health. Is she going to have a counselor, or someone who is trained in the profession next to her during videos? Is this actually going to be an educational way of talking about it? Or are you just trying to get people to buy the membership in order to listen to what you have to say? So the big announcement is that we have to pay to know more about it. Is that a joke? You can't be serious. YouTube can be just as private as Patreon. Just saying. I have to pay $9 to be able to watch your videos there. You've got to be kidding me. So people are really done, and I would completely agree with this comment as far as you can tailor your YouTube channel to be a safe place. I don't really understand how Patreon would be any different. This just seems so money grabby to me. If there are words that are triggering, you can add those to blocked words. You could have your husband that, is helping you with your business, monitor your comments section. I just feel like this is a big kind of like road closed sign, like being slammed at your 399,000 subscribers that put you where you are. In my opinion, it feels like a big slap in the face, and that might be the unpopular opinion, but it's mine. So I really want to know what you guys think about this. How do you feel about Patreon? How do you feel about Patreon being advertised alongside someone's mental health struggles? Do you feel like, is it exploiting the topic, even if it is your own? Do you think that this could be done on YouTube just as well and offer all of her subscribers the same content? If you're trying to help people by sharing your mental health journey, then you shouldn't be putting a paywall in front of it, is what I'm trying to say. Because that is where it turns into being a money game and just how can I make money off of this? It's not. I want to open up this dialogue and I want to create a community with you guys where we can all talk about these issues. It feels like I'm going to talk about this. Y'all are going to listen and leave comments, but you're going to have to pay to listen and leave comments. So anyway, let me know what you think about all this. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.